Hello, everybody, and welcome into this afternoon's broadcast. I am Samuel Reese coming to you live across YouTube, Periscope, as well as Twitch. And tonight, from Stade Océan in Le Havre, France, it's the United States women's national team taking on France, a rematch of what was a fantastic quarterfinal in the 2019 World Cup, which took place in France, just like this game will. The only difference is tonight there will be no fans in attendance due to COVID-19. Very, very contrasting compared to that World Cup quarterfinal matchup when it was a packed house. One of the best atmospheres I've witnessed for a World Cup game, men's or women's. But these two teams get to square off. And because France were knocked out by the United States in the quarterfinals of that World Cup, they will not be in the Olympics this summer, which is a shame because they are one of the best teams in the world. The U.S., though, will be in the Olympics, so this serving as preparation for those Olympics on the way. Of course, on Saturday, Carli Lloyd became the third U.S. women's national team player to reach 300 caps, made her debut back in 2005, and is still going. Christy Pierce-Rampone had 311 from 1997 to 2015, and from 1987 to 2010, Kristine Lilly has the record with over 330. Kristine Lilly, of course, an absolute U.S. women's national team legend, just like Rampone and just like Carli Lloyd. And we are set to kick things off a chilly night on the coast of France in Le Havre, and off we go. It's France in blue going from right to left in this first half. The U.S. in white going from left to right. The U.S. Playing their second of two friendlies in this international break, in this international window, I should say. And it's a 9:10 p.m. local time kickoff on this Tuesday night. Should be a good one, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'll get to the lineups in a moment as Parise goes back to De Almeida. Now back to Parise. And Alyssa Naeher will send it wide, headed out of play by France. The throw-in on the far side. Crystal Dunn takes it. It's a strong U.S. team. The U.S. Played Sweden on Saturday. It ended in a 1-1 draw, a rare game in which the U.S. did not win. And many would say they were fortunate to avoid defeat, a controversial penalty kick given that could have been ruled a free kick as the foul seemed to be out of the box perhaps, but the referee thought otherwise. And Megan Rapinoe would convert the late penalty kick. And let me get to the starting lineups here for France, who are led by head coach Corinne Diacre. It's Pauline Pedro-Manin in goal. The back line consisting of Marion Torren, Aissatou Tounkara, Elisa De Almeida, and Eve Parise. In the midfield, it's Grace Scaiolo, Ines Jarena, and Kenza Dali. And then up top, it's the front three of Viviane Asai, Marie-Antoine Katoto, as well as the well-known Eugénie Le Sommer, a star of this French team. Meanwhile, for the U.S., who are led by Vlatko Andonovski, it's a strong starting 11 tonight. Alyssa Naeher in goal as usual. At the back, it's Crystal Dunn, Becky Sauerbrunn, Abby Dahlkemper, and Kelly O'Hara. In the midfield, Sam Mewis, Julie Ertz, and Rose Lavelle. And then up top, it's the trio of Megan Rapinoe, Alex Morgan, and Kristen Press. France always a tough opponent, as that ball's just too far ahead for Megan Rapinoe. And that's claimed by Pedro-Manin, the goalie of France, who came off her line quickly to gather. Parise's pass taken away by Kelly O'Hara. Alex Morgan now in a battle as she has it stolen away by De Almeida. But that pass goes right back to the United States. It's Dahlkemper of Manchester City. Across the back to another veteran, Becky Sauerbrunn. Back on the near side with Dahlkemper. Dahlkemper will switch fields. Headed by Sam Mewis. And now Crystal Dunn with the ball. Dunn back to Mewis. Mewis finds Rapinoe. Rapinoe to the end line. Cross to the near post. Morgan's denied. A nice save. And on the rebound, Morgan goes down. And a penalty kick is awarded. The foul going against France. And what an opportunity early on for the United States to strike first. Rapinoe got to the end line, crossed it in for Morgan at the near post. It was a nice save originally, but then afterwards on the rebound, Morgan fouled from behind by Tunkara as she got stepped on. Her left foot was stepped on, enough for a penalty. And it's, of course, Megan Rapinoe who will step up to take it. She scored just 3 days ago against Sweden. And can she score from the spot once more tonight against France? A deep breath from Rapinoe and a chance to strike early. Her against Perot-Manin, and Rapinoe puts the U.S. on the board 5 minutes in, 1-0 USA. How about that start from the U.S.? It's just the start that Vlatko Andonovski was looking for in his side. Rapinoe scores at the 5-minute mark, and you can tell she's done this quite a bit. Penalty kick, calmly taken. The goalkeeper guessing the wrong way, and it's the U.S. already leading France. Well, not a bad start whatsoever. 1-0 USA. They get a goal 5 minutes in after waiting to score until about the 87th minute in the game against Sweden. And now let's see if the U.S. can ride some momentum after the early opening goal. Here's Morgan with pace. Morgan to the box, clips it to the back post. Kirsten Press sends it wide. Oh, what a run. What a chance for the U.S. to strike again. A near second goal. Morgan just streaking down that left wing with pace, and then Press making the run to the back post, just couldn't quite catch it cleanly off the bounce. But a golden opportunity and a much better start for the U.S. tonight compared to their game on Saturday against Sweden. Here's Becky Sauerbrunn. Dunn gets it back from Dahlkemper. Pressure from France, and it's taken away by Jo Reyna. Over the top, Dahlkemper's there to cut out the opportunity. That ball will head over the end line for the first corner kick of the night. Asai as well as Dali at the corner flag. It looks like Asai will take it. She does have the option to play it short. Instead, it's a driven ball to the near post. Morgan heads it clear of the box. Now floated back in. A high boot perhaps from De Almeida. And indeed, a free kick is awarded to the United States. As her cleat caught the face of Kelly O'Hara. Nothing intentional from De Almeida, but a foul nonetheless. 1-0 USA leading early at Stade Océan. Here's Rose Lavelle, who shone in that 2019 World Cup in France. That was really a breakthrough summer for her. Christen Press can't find Rapinoe. Now it's with Jorena. Some pressure here from Sam Mewis. Mewis takes it away. Mewis still going after it, but in the end, commits a foul. Free kick to France. It was taken away momentarily by Torrent, and then Mewis looking to win the ball back, committing the foul first. Here's Tunkara. De Almeida, the one-touch pass to Parise in space. Now down the left side, it's Le Sommer. And a throw-in will be earned by France. It'll be taken on this near side by Le Sommer, but a poor pass off the throw by Jorena. What a start for the United States. Megan Rapinoe from the penalty spot, converting 5 minutes in, and it's the U.S. already leading the French on French soil. Now it's Sam Mewis. Her pass to Dunn is cut out by Tunkara. Or rather, Dali. Now Dali. Back for De Almeida. Parise, though, gives it right to Abby Dahlkemper. 10 minutes played, 1-0 USA. A great start for the U.S. woman as Dunn sends a driven ball forward. That picked up by Torrent. And now it's Perrault. De Almeida. And there's the clearance from Perrault. She goes out wide, connecting with Torrent. And a throw-in will be coming up as that was played off of Crystal Dunn. These two sides have played in many classic games previously. The last one, of course, coming in that 2019 World Cup quarterfinal. It was almost unfair how these two teams had to meet at the quarterfinal stage. That's a matchup that is at least a semifinal, if not a final, on most occasions. Here's Parise into the middle. Nice steal by Christen Press. Now Megan Rapinoe. Rapinoe holds up play. Some pressure from Asai. Hurts for Dunn. Now Sauerbrunn. Dahlkemper finds O'Hara. One-touch pass. Poked ahead by Lavelle. Now Press. Glorious ball in. Rapinoe's there, and she has her second, or does she? No, it's called offsides. The flag raised. What a run and a brilliant ball in from Christen Press, but it will not count. Rapinoe just couldn't quite hold her run. Yeah, she was just a hair offsides, a knee offsides. Brilliant service, a calm, cool finish from Rapinoe, but she'll have to wait for her second. The last thing France wants to do is go down 2-0 this early into the game against the U.S. Dunn with space on the left wing. She'll find Ertz. And Mewis not with the pass she was looking for. The steal by Parise. Now here's Katoto. Jorena. Back to Gaillard. She'll switch fields to De Almeida. all the way back with Perot. Early stages, but still plenty of to talk about already. The U.S. scoring 5 minutes in, and then nearly a second goal for the U.S. and Megan Rapinoe particularly, but the flag was raised and the goal was chopped off the board. Here is Torren. And that pass sent out a play by Jorena. Bit of a sloppy start to this game for France, who also played a friendly earlier in this international window. They played another quality side, just like the U.S. did. France took on England. I believe that was on Friday of last week, a game in which France won. This is, an undermanned France team. They're missing just about every Lyon player that would have been on this team because Lyon had an outbreak of COVID-19. So most players are in quarantine right now and therefore weren't able to represent France in these two games against England and now tonight against the U.S. The only Lyon player that was cleared to make the trip was Le Sommer. Le Sommer making the start tonight, but it's definitely not a 100% France team, but still a very, very stacked team. Ertz won it for a moment, but back with it is Dali. Dali sends in Katoto, but the flag went up. Offsides called. Katoto was in the clear with a breakaway chance. However, she was offside. Yeah, you could see she was trying to hold her run. Ooh, that looked close. Perhaps Crystal Dunn might have kept her on. There is no VAR since it is a friendly, but we'll never know. That was, very, very close. Quarter hour in, 1-0 USA. Nice switch over to the right wing with O'Hara. Now Rapinoe. Looping ball to the edge of the penalty area. Back with it is Dali. Perot Magnan sends it to midfield. That's off of Rapinoe for France throw-in. That's headed out of play by Crystal Dunn. Another throw-in for France, who are trying to settle in after allowing that early goal. Here is Parise. She gets it back from Le Sommer. Now a risky pass picked off by the U.S. It was Kristen Press. Can the U.S. take advantage? Here's Alex Morgan. Morgan on the ball. Looking for O'Hara out wide, but Parise gets there first. Here's Almeida. And stepping up is Dahlkemper. There was the threat of a France counter for a moment. Here's Julie Ertz now. Ertz wide for O'Hara. O'Hara curling ball in, punched away by Perot. But back with it is Julie Ertz. Ertz to Rose Lavelle. Lavelle dancing on the ball, finds Sam Mewis. The Manchester City teammates. Now it's Julie Ertz. Mewis finds Dahlkemper. That pass from O'Hara can't find Lavelle. Now it's held up by Katoto. Steal there by Press. Lavelle now in stride. Clips it to Mewis. Mewis in the middle. Finds Press. Press with a touch forward. Finds Morgan in stride. Morgan with the finish. And the U.S. have doubled the lead. 19 minutes in, it's Alex Morgan for goal number 2, and it's the U.S. cruising in the opening 20 minutes. Really good build-up play and a brilliant service from Christen Press. Was Alex Morgan offsides? It was very, very close, but once again, no VAR. The flag stayed down, and Alex Morgan with a finish to the back post. Brilliantly done. And the U.S. have a 2-goal lead. What a start to this match. That the 119th goal for the United States by Alex Morgan. As Christen Press takes down Le Sommer. Free kick for France, and now if you're France, a lot of work to do to get back into this game. This is far from the start that the hosts were looking for. As the free kick is collected off the hop by Alyssa Naeher. Naeher's first action of the night. "20 minutes played, 2-0 U.S. Goals from Megan Rapinoe and Alex Morgan. Rapinoe's pass had too much on it, and her reaction shows how frustrated she was with that pass of hers. Perrault will work it out of the back for France. Down the left wing, it's a nice touch. And now played ahead by Parise. It falls back to Le Sommer. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. What a start for the U.S. women's national team. A 2-0 lead just 20 minutes in from Stade Océan in Le Havre, France. Now on the far side, Dunn defending Assayie. It will be off of Dunn for a France corner kick. So this is the second corner kick of the night for France. They have to get something going as they already trail by 2. It's a short corner. Now clipped in. The header! Clipped by Naeher. A nice stop by the U.S. goalkeeper. Getting ahead to it was Katoto. And apparently Naeher got the slightest of touches to it. Yeah, she did just tip it wide. Who knows where that ball would have ended up if she hadn't got a fingertip to it. And now it'll be a corner kick on the near side. Driven ball to the near post. Headed into the air by Alex Morgan. Dunn with a nice pass ahead, but Rapinoe can't hold on. What's going on, Tomas? Thanks for tuning in. Apparently, I cannot put the camera on the TV for copyright reasons. My channel would be banned. I'd be banned from YouTube if I did that for copyright reasons. So I hope you understand. But I do the live play-by-play commentary, so you won't miss a moment. Even though I can't show the game, you will not miss a moment of the action here on the broadcast, because I do enjoy greatly doing play-by-play commentary of a variety of sports. And it's already a 2-0 lead for the United States. 23 minutes played, goals from Rapinoe and Morgan have the visitors up by 2. A much different start to this game than what we saw from this U.S. team 3 days ago against Sweden. Yeah, thanks for understanding, Tomas. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I I have a friend who does the same thing as me. He likes doing play-by-play commentaries, and he used to show his TV while calling the games, and he was banned from YouTube for like 4 months or something. He couldn't stream for like 4 months. So I don't want to run into that situation. If I was allowed to, I'd certainly show it, but I know YouTube are very strict with their copyright policies. So, and I'm a rule follower, and I wanna keep my channel. So, with it now for France's Parise. Reminder that the MLS season gets underway this weekend on Sunday at 3 Eastern Time. It's a battle between Inter Miami and the LA Galaxy. Here is Jorana. And across to the back post by Laye Sommer, dealt with by O'Hara. It will be another France corner kick. It's been a bit improved from France these last few minutes. And it will be Tunkara to take it. Here's the in-swinging delivery from Tunkara. Sent away. And now it's Crystal Dunn looking to lead the counter. She will win a throw-in. 25 minutes in the books from Stade Océan on this Tuesday night. Yeah, I can't wait for the MLS season to get underway. We had the NWSL season get underway this past weekend, the MLS this weekend. You gotta love it. And then we've got, obviously, in Europe, the UEFA Champions League going on as I speak. I actually have the PSG Bayern game on in the background, and the CONCACAF Champions League in the middle of this week as well, starting tonight. So exciting soccer all around. And that doesn't even include the domestic leagues in Europe, which have some exciting title races. And that ball falls nicely for Dali. Break here for the French. Played out wide by Katoto. Now it's Asai. Asai towards the penalty spot. But sending it away was Becky Sauerbrunn. Great defending by the U.S. Rapinoe, though, with a poor giveaway in the middle. It's picked up by Dali. Now Laye Sommer out wide. Here's the cross. Another great job by Sauerbrunn. Header won by Ertz. Here's Laye Sommer once more on the right wing. Laye Sommer into the box. And that's poked away by Dunn as it deflected back off of Laye Sommer. So it will be a United States goal kick after all of that. There's Alex Morgan with the nice steal. Morgan to Crystal Dunn. Now it's Megan Rapinoe down the left wing. She'll find Sam Mewis. Mewis to Kelly O'Hara. Now Kristen Press. Press edge of the area. Finds Ertz. Ertz with a crack at goal. Just over the bar. What a goal. That would have been Ertz with a great effort, really. A left-footed strike, trying to dip it underneath the bar. It went just over in the end. The U.S. hungry for their third goal of the night. There's Lavelle. The pass to Morgan too far ahead. And quick offer line is Perreault to claim. But the U.S. pressure continuing. And France don't seem all that comfortable dealing with it. Le Sommer has it stolen by Dunn. Played into Morgan. Morgan closed down by Perreault. And it won't matter because the flag has been raised. Offsides was Alex Morgan. No doubt about it. Easy decision for the AR that time. Here's Parise. Now Dalmeida. A collision off the ball. And a foul goes against O'Hara. Her and Asai involved in that collision. I'm not sure about a foul against O'Hara there. But that's what was called. Free kick for France. And it's Le Sommer, Parise, who will take it. Half hour in, 2-0 USA. Great ball clipped into the near post. Controlling it. Now playing it wide to Dali. The U.S., though, send it away. That's over the head of Morgan. Back in the possession of France. Here is Tunkara. Now a through ball off the back heel of Katoto. The momentum does seem to be swinging in the French's direction, though. It was a dominant start, really, from the U.S. with 2 goals early. But France starting to settle in and build some confidence here. They've created some good chances as well now and then, although not any great chances yet. Morgan will reverse it for O'Hara. Just about 15 minutes to play in the half. Here's Dahlkemper. Sauerbrunn back for Dahlkemper. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. 2-0 U.S. lead. Here's a through ball. Morgan making the run. She will get there. Defended by Dalmeida. And a poor touch at the end. Dalmeida with the easy steal. But her pass goes right back to the U.S. O'Hara picks up possession. O'Hara to the edge of the box. That ricocheted off the face of Rapinoe. And now it's controlled by Dali. Bit of pressure from Kristen Press. And Dali goes back to the keeper, Perreault. Out wide now for Torrent. Torrent into Le Sommer. The U.S. looking for a third. France seeking to cut the U.S. lead in half. Seems like it can go either way at this point. It's been a back and forth last 15 minutes or so. Press finds O'Hara. Headed into the air by Le Sommer. And a little nudge from Press on Gayoro. Enough for a free kick. It's quickly taken by the French. Trying to speed things up. As Julie Ertz comes away with the steal. And it's last off of her. A throw in for the opposition. 2-0 USA. Lavelle? Oh, no, rather they did rule U.S. throw, excuse me. So Ertz was correct in her claims that it was off of France last. 33 minutes played. Rapinoe and Morgan with the 2 goals. Can they get a third before halftime? Dunn out wide for Rapinoe. Rapinoe outside of the foot. Nice ball into Morgan. Morgan lost it, though. And the flag raised again. So Morgan caught off sides for, I believe, the third time. Remind that there's Serie A action on the way this weekend. Saturday at noon Eastern time. It's Fiorentina against Sampdoria. Yeah, and another close call. Morgan just a hair in front of the last defender. She was expressing her frustration of the decision afterwards. With it now is Parise. Parise playing it ahead for Asai, but getting there first was O'Hara. Lavelle back to O'Hara. She sends it upfield. Nice control touch by Morgan, but the pass turned over to Parise. Here's Tunkara. About 10 minutes to play in the opening half. A little more than that. This goes all the way back to Pedro, the French keeper. One in the midfield by the U.S. This is Kirsten Press. Press to Rose Lavelle. Now Julie Ertz. Out on the left side with Crystal Dunn. Dunn with Le Sommer defending her. Turns it over. Gayoro with the steal. And now it's Torren who has her pocket picked by Dunn. Dunn to the box. Crystal Dunn to strike. A nice right-handed stop by Perrault. And nearly a third for the United States. It will be a U.S. throw on the near side of the pitch. Heading over to take it is Kelly O'Hara. What an opportunity that was out of nowhere. Dunn coming away with the steal. And quite an effort in the end, forcing a good save out of Perrault. Morgan finding Press, back to Morgan, and she floats it in. The header flicked on by Mewis, who was in an offside position. But the U.S. certainly, you feel, on the verge of that third goal. Going back to that Dunn chance, I thought she was going to pass it across. It was a bit of a tight angle, but certainly tested Perrault on that opportunity a little over a minute ago. Free kick here coming up for the U.S. 36 minutes played. As Dunn was fouled by Torren. And actually yellow card given to Marion Torren. So that's the first booking of the game. In the late stages of the first half. And here comes the U.S. free kick. Rapinoe is the one to take. And that's claimed by Perrault. Comfortably dealt with by the French keeper. O'Hara knocks it out of play. It will be a France throw-in. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it, as always, if you enjoy. Depending on which platform you're tuning in on, I would definitely appreciate it if you subscribed, liked, follow, depending on if you're on YouTube, Periscope, or Twitch. Here is Kelly O'Hara, back for Becky Sauerbrunn. 8 minutes to go in the first half, a 2-goal advantage for the United States women's national team. Now Abby Dahlkemper to Julie Ertz. And Lavelle's attempted pass deflected out. The throw-in taken by O'Hara. She gets the return pass from Lavelle. O'Hara in space. Great cross in. Rapinoe denied. Perrault with an athletic stop. That ball nearly getting by her. Great job by Rapinoe to get to that ball, because she was being warded off, or away from the ball, I should say. Lunged in, just got a touch on it with her right foot. But Perrault up to the task making the stop for France. And if you're France heading towards halftime, you definitely still give yourselves a chance if you keep the score as it is after 45 minutes. But if you allow a third, then it'll be a long, long road back, that's for sure. Here is Dunn. And in the end, out for a U.S. throw-in. It is Dunn to take it. The United States coming off of a 1-1 draw against Sweden as they prepare for the Olympics this summer in Tokyo. Morgan's pass all the way to Perrault at the edge of the 18-yard box. Here now is Jorena. All the way back to Perrault, who's well outside of her box. 40 minutes in, 2-0 U.S. Here is Turan. Into Dali. Sauerbrunn will send it out of play. It will be a French throw-in. Well, France are 5 minutes from halftime if they can get to that point unscathed. Then it'll certainly give them some belief. Here's Le Sommer. Now De Almeida out wide for Parise. Back to Dalmeida. Parise once more. France trying to break through this U.S. stingy defense. This is played back to Perrault. The steal by Christen Press. Press of Manchester United in the WSL. That pass deflected. Sent away to midfield. Dahlkemper had it for a moment, but in the end, Katoto comes away with possession. On the far side, it's Turan, the one player who's been booked up to this point. And Asai fouled by Dunn. A free kick on the way for the hosts, who trailed 2-0. And so here comes the set piece. It looks like Asai is the one to send it in. 3 minutes until first half stoppage time. Great ball. Headed down. The strike in the end came from Dalmeida, which was blocked. And now Rapinoe loses her balance. It's back with the French. Here is Parise. Into the middle with Tunkara. Jorena. Oh, nice dummy. Space down the right wing. Morgan closes down Gaioro. France will earn a throw, which is quickly taken. Here is Dali. Her cross blocked. And finally, the U.S. looking to clear. But France win it back. Here's Le Sommer. What will happen in the final minutes of the half? Le Sommer, great ball in. The header just over. That was from real close range. Katoto with the heading effort. It might have taken a deflection. That's what Katoto was claiming anyways. Julie Ertz and Abby Dahlkemper both on Katoto. One of the prime targets for headers like those. It was off of the U.S. last, so France with another corner kick chance. Can they capitalize on one of them? And if so, will it be now? Lofted in, it comes out, and the strike by Torren blocked. That ball will be out for a France throw. Torren will take it. We'll see how much time is added on to the end of this first half. As that cross takes a deflection, Sauerbrunn did manage to save it from being a corner kick. Instead, it's a throw. Torren will take it once more as we await the word on first half stoppage time. There's a steal by Press. Morgan receives the pass, and it goes off of Gaiora. We've reached the 45-minute mark, and no stoppage time will be necessary. That is it for the opening half of play. It's France 0, the United States 2. A first half that will surely please head coach Vlatko Andonovski for the most part. A strong start from the red, white, and blue, and a 2-0 lead over France in a rematch of the quarterfinal of the 2019 World Cup in France. I'll be back with the halftime report next. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. A reminder that there's so many notable upcoming matches in the world of soccer on Friday. Leipzig takes on Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga, and an MLS opening night at 8. It's Houston San Jose. On Saturday, Wolfsburg against Bayern in the Bundesliga, as well as Gladbach against Frankfurt. That's at 9:30 a.m. Then at 12:30 in the afternoon, it's the FA Cup semis when Chelsea takes on Man City. Later on Saturday at 3:30 in the Copa del Rey final, it's Barcelona taking on Athletic Club. So just some great club action in Europe and here in the U.S. as we get ready for the start of the 2021 MLS season, but focusing on this game here between France and the United States in this women's international friendly. I think overall, Vlatko Andonovski will be happy with how his side showed out in that first half. You know, a strong start is what they needed after that underwhelming performance on Saturday against Sweden. Let's take a look at the qualified teams for women's soccer for the 2020 Summer Olympics, which will take place in 2021, of course. That includes the U.S., the Netherlands, Sweden, Australia, Brazil, Canada, Japan, who are the hosts, as well as China, New Zealand, Chile, Zambia, and Great Britain. Great Britain made up mostly of English players, if not entirely. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's safe to say most of the team, maybe all of it, is made up of England. Of course, Great Britain are the representative for the Olympics. So that's the field of 12 teams for the Olympics this summer for women's soccer in Tokyo. Some real quality teams. You know, there are some big teams missing, like France, who the U.S. are playing today. As we take a look at the U.S. women's Olympics soccer schedule, the group stage will take place on July 21st, 24th, and 27th. The quarterfinals on the 30th, the semifinals on August 2nd, the bronze medal match on the 5th, and the gold medal match on August 6th. Remember, each team are permitted to have 18 players. It's 18-player rosters for the Olympics, so tough decisions ahead for Vlatko Andonovski as his team prepares for this summer's Olympics, which, of course, for women's soccer is the other marquee major tournament alongside the World Cup. So a big summer to look forward to. There's no doubt about it. And this is the United States women's national team that has been successful at the Olympic Games. 1996, they won gold, 2000 silver, and 2004, 08, and 12, they won gold before shockingly finishing in 5th place in 2016 after losing to Sweden in PKs in the quarterfinals. And so they still have that bad taste in their mouth because that was the last time they played in the Olympics, which was now 5 years ago, since this summer's Olympics were postponed a year due to COVID-19. So yeah, it's certainly a big tournament ahead for the U.S. women. They'll certainly be one of the favorites, if not the favorites, to win it all. They'll be the ones with the target on their back, and we'll see if they can deliver. I'm really intrigued to see what roster Vlatko Andonovski decides to bring to Tokyo, because only 18 players will go to Japan this summer in a tune-up match for those important Olympics this summer. It's 2-0, the U.S. leading France. The second half just around the corner. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, at Stade Océan on the coast of France. It's the hosts trailing the United States 2-0, and let's go over the first half highlights. It didn't take long for the U.S. to get on the board. Alex Morgan taken down in the box, penalty kick awarded, and 5 minutes in, Megan Rapinoe would convert from the spot. And now a penalty kick goal in both games during this international window. She had one Saturday against Sweden and today against France. And then Alex Morgan, who drew the penalty kick, would score for herself in the 19th minute. And the U.S. have a 2-0 lead at the break. A reminder that Major League Soccer is back. The MLS season beginning this weekend. It's a big one on Sunday afternoon at 3 Eastern time when Inter Miami face off against the LA Galaxy. The second half is coming up next, so don't go anywhere. It's the U.S. leading by 2. We'll see what the second half has in store as the U.S. look to continue their 38-match unbeaten streak. Welcome back in, everybody. We are just about set for the start of the second half between France and the United States in this women's international friendly from Le Havre, France. The final game for both teams during this international window as France defeated England a few days ago. And on Saturday, the U.S. came away with a 1-1 draw against Sweden, but it's been a great first 45 minutes so far for the United States, who have a 2-0 lead over the French, but still a whole nother half to be played. And we'll see how France come out of the gates here to start this half And of course, we can expect some changes to be made from both coaches in the second half as well. Should be a fascinating 45 minutes. Megan Rapinoe and Alex Morgan with the 2 goals for the U.S. And it'll be the U.S. who kick off to start the second half. They're going from right to left in all white. France in their blue kits going from left to right in the second 45-minute frame. Off we go. The direct ball sent forward as the second half is underway from Stade Océan. As this ball is fought for and won by Torren. She will win a throw-in for France. If France were to grab a goal in the first quarter hour of this half, that would certainly make things interesting for the rest of this game. Here's Becky Sauerbrunn for the U.S. Sauerbrunn back to Alyssa Naeher. Rapinoe manages to find Morgan. Morgan tussling her way around Tunkara, and now it's Mewis. Mewis leaves it for Rapinoe. Rapinoe, though, had it taken away. The steal there. And now a French player down away from the ball. Let's see who that is. Looks like that is Torren. Torren injuring her left leg, it looks like. Or no, her right leg. Yep, she's being attended to by the medical staff. Just over a minute into this half, and an injury for France. Torren walking off to the sideline. We'll see if she'll be able to continue, but she's clearly in quite a bit of discomfort as she tries to walk off the injury. We get ready for the resumption of play, and it's thrown into Crystal Dunn. 2-0 USA, second half just getting started from France in Le Havre. Dahlkemper with the direct ball, way too far ahead for the ensuing runner. Dahlkemper immediately apologizing. No changes made by either team at the half, but I'm sure we'll see plenty in the second half. Ertz the header, finds Rapinoe. Rapinoe on to Mewis, bouncing ball. Here's Rapinoe, a nice stop. Perrault makes the save. Rapinoe's had plenty of chances for a second goal. The strike coming from just outside of the box. Finding a little gap and taking advantage, but Perrault able to keep it out. Parisset, the left back, will take this French throw-in. Taken back by the U.S. And Morgan wins a throw-in for the United States. Here's Crystal Dunn. Dunn back to Sauerbrunn. Now it's Dunn again. Some pressure from Les Sommer, but Dunn goes back to Sauerbrunn about 5 minutes into the half. 2-0 US. Thanks everyone for being a part of the broadcast. Much appreciated as always. Dahlkemper finds Sauerbrunn. Crystal Dunn again. The U.S. very patient here. as they move it around the back. Now it's Rose Lavelle. She hasn't got many touches tonight. Flicked on by Sam Ewis. Also hasn't been involved all that much. Sent out a play for a U.S. throw-in. Rapinoe over to take it. Although she goes with a fake, and now will hand it off to her teammate, Crystal Dunn. Dunn's long throw cut out at the edge of the penalty area. Sauerbrunn sends it forward. Can't connect with Morgan. Here is Le Sommer. Sommer's pass goes right to Alex Morgan. Morgan. No, rather, that was O'Hara looking for Morgan, excuse me. But the pass to Morgan was cut out, and France quickly put to bed any chance of a U.S. opportunity for a third goal. It'll be Parisset to take this France throw-in. It lands to the feet of Sauerbrunn. Now Crystal Dunn. Crystal Dunn over to Megan Rapinoe. Rapinoe has her pass stolen. Taken away there by Tunkara. Le Sommer keeps it in just barely. Down the line, though, it's picked up by Sauerbrunn. Dahlkemper's pass picked up in the middle by Turan, who does seem to be fine after picking up that injury early on in the half. Turan to Dali. Last touch by Ertz. It will be a France throw-in. Turan all the way up taking it. Challenge from Lavelle, but France keep it. Here is Parisset, excuse me. Now played out wide. Looking for the cross. And Nair makes the save. There actually was a change made at the half, excuse me. I'll get that information as soon as possible. As the U.S. have a 2-goal lead against France, a rematch of that epic 2019 World Cup quarterfinal matchup, game in which the U.S. ended up getting the victory. Now, regarding those French substitutions, there were actually a number of them made that weren't even brought up at the half. So I apologize for that, everybody, as Katoto came out, as well as Gayoro and Asai. So quite a number of changes from France at the break. The U.S., though, I can confirm, did not make any. As Govin was one of the players to come in, as well as Picot. And then the third substitute was Baltimore. So there we go. Now everyone is updated. Apologize for that. There's a turnover. Megan Rapinoe with it. Rapinoe to the middle. Lavelle back to Rapinoe. On the chase down the sideline, Megan Rapinoe will cross it in. It falls to Rose Lavelle, and it will be a corner kick for the United States. 10 minutes into the second half, and the U.S. searching for a third goal. The corner kick will be on this near side. Rapinoe with the right-footed delivery. It's deflected to the near post, flicked on by Mewis, but could not get a shot away. Parisset was there to clear the box for France. And now on the far side of the pitch, there's some pressure here from Ertz, and Ertz comes away with it. Ertz with the cross just over the head of, I believe, Christen Press. Police also came in for France, by the way. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, France have made, is it 4 changes now? Nope, just 3. Just 3. It was, sorry, it was actually Police, not Pico. That's where I made my mistakes. I apologize about that. So it was Pali who came in for Acai. So that was that's where I was confused. Here is Lavelle. Rose Lavelle tried to find Mewis, her club teammate, could not do so. Here now is Torrent. Les Sommer with some pressure. Lays it back for Tunkara. The American pressure certainly causing France some trouble. It will be Torrent to take this throw-in, the right back for France. Mewis sends it out of play for another French throw-in. As we close in on the hour mark from Le Havre. This time it'll be a U.S. throw. France haven't been able to do that much in the attacking third. Nair hasn't really, I don't think she's had to make a save yet. Not from my recollection anyways. Here's Rapinoe. Could not save it. Torrent with the quick throw-in. And actually, they overruled their middle official overruling the linesman. A throw-in to the U.S. actually given. O'Hara to press. Lavelle could not control. Can the U.S. get that third goal to really put this game to bed? That's the question. Here's Julie Ertz. O'Hara finds Dahlkemper. Sauerbrunn once again to Ertz. Good ball movement here from the United States. Can they get something out of it? No. Ertz has her pass go out of play. She was looking for Lavelle. U.S. with a comfortable 2-goal lead, but as I said, a third goal would really put this game to bed. We'll see if they can get it sooner rather than later. Here's Crystal Dunn. Now Rapinoe on the left side. Rapinoe with the switch. O'Hara thinking about the cross. Instead finds Lavelle. The strike from a ways out. Goes wide in the end. Well, she Struck that one on her favorite left foot, but that ball was always curling away from goal. 60 minutes in, 2-0 US, and once again down for France is Thuram. So Thuram with her second injury this half, and it seems like it's a different injury. Now it's her left foot. That's the issue. Oh, yeah. Rolled her ankle there. She's in a lot of pain this time, and I would be surprised if she's able to continue. They do have two substitutes at the ready, as a matter of fact, both Kazadi and Khalifi, as Thuram will be helped off, limping to the sideline. It did not look pleasant as she rolled her ankle. And so here comes a double change. Of course, Thuram will be one of the players to come off. We'll see who the other one is. And the answer for who else is coming out appears to be Dali. Yep, it is Kenza Dali, who will also come out of the game. Kazadi replacing Thuram. And then it's Khalifi who comes on for Dali. So those are the two substitutions made by France with just under a half hour to go in a 2-0 game that the U.S. lead. Free kick awarded to the United States. And now the U.S. will make their first change. Megan Rapinoe has her night come to a close. Another goal for her. A penalty kick 5 minutes into the game, as she will make way for Lindsey Horan. Horan, who started against Sweden at the weekend. So this is interesting because Horan typically a midfielder replacing Rapinoe a forward. So we'll see how Vlatko Andonovski adjusts the formation. Yeah, I think we're going to see Rose Lavelle shift into a forward role, and Horan will play in the midfield as we're accustomed to seeing. Nice job by Kazada to win the ball. A bit aggressively, but cleanly. Now Horan to Dunn. Crystal Dunn finds Kristen Press. Press with a right-footed strike that takes a deflection, and it's snatched out of the air by Perrault. Yep, so Kristen Press has moved to the left side. She started on the right, and now it's Lavelle on the right where Press started the game. She has played in that role on occasion, and then it's Horan in the midfield taking Lavelle's spot, of course. So that's the adjustment made by Vlatko Andonovski. Oh, here's Les Sommer. She's got options. Lays it off for Khalifi. Now on the far side, it's Baltimore. Baltimore, good cross. Dunn's there. Saves it from crossing the end line. And now clears it downfield. Right into the feet of Alex Morgan. Press couldn't win it. It's last off of her for a France throw-in. Good little spell there from France. They're still only down by 2. Press with a good cut onto her left foot. The last touch too far ahead, though, and it's taken away by Tunkara. Here's Le Sommer. Le Sommer hits the brakes. Now back for Kazada. Here is Harena. MLS season underway this weekend. The MLS season kicking off on Friday. On Sunday, it's a big one at 3 Eastern time when Inter Miami face off against the LA Galaxy. And here come France, looking to cut the U.S. lead in half. Can they do so here? Oh, the cut back could not find the feet of Police. France, though, on the verge of a goal, you feel. 65 minutes played now. They'll switch it to the right wing. Kazada saves it. Some pressure from Dunn. It is off of Dunn for a France throw. Kazada quickly puts it in play. Here is Parise. Le Sommer taps it back for Police. Ertz wins it for the U.S., but that's given right back. It was turned over rather cheaply. And now it's with Kazada. Le Sommer shielding the ball from Dunn. Nice 1-2. Le Sommer gets it back from Khalifi, opening it wide for Baltimore. Her attempted cross took a deflection and now sent away by the U.S. It is a quick France throw-in once again. They know they have the momentum right now. And if they score, it would certainly put the pressure on the U.S. the final quarter of this game. There's a steal by Harena. Lavelle wins it back for the U.S., though. Lavelle hits the brakes. Now it's back with Abby Dahlkemper. Dahlkemper, who plays for Manchester City, just like Rose Lavelle and Sam Mewis on this U.S. national team. Press will go to Haran. Haran's first touches. Curling ball in. The header won by Dalmeida. And that can't be saved by Crystal Dunn. Midway point of the second half. Thanks everyone for tuning in and being a part of tonight's broadcast. 2-0 U.S. lead. It was 2 early goals. The first from Rapinoe on a penalty kick, and then the second from Alex Morgan. And that's the difference between these two sides at Stade Océan in Le Havre, France, as Ertz sends it out of play. It's definitely interesting to see Rose Lavelle playing up high because we haven't seen that with the national team yet. Here come France. Not the pass Gauvin was looking for. Going right to O'Hara. Here's Becky Sauerbrunn. Sauerbrunn over to Dahlkemper. 20-plus minutes left. The U.S. leading by 2. As the U.S. are on a 38-game unbeaten streak. They're in prime position to continue that streak tonight. Here's Lindsey Horan. Horan now finds Lavelle. Lavelle back to Horan. Lavelle once more. Edge of the box. Takes it to the end line. Left-footed cross. Floated into the back post. Morgan was in the area, but it's headed away by Parise. Still in the box, though. Clipped in, but claimed by Perrault, who makes the save. Certainly some promising buildup from the U.S. Great cross from Lavelle, but able to head it away from danger was Parise as we hit the 70-minute point of this game. 70-minute mark is what I should say. Wow, it's been 816 days since the U.S. women's national team lost a game, and it was in this very stadium, by the way. A game in which the U.S. lost to France in January of 2019 in the build-up to that summer's World Cup, where the U.S., of course, would win all 7 games at that World Cup. Here is Julie Ertz. Horan back to Dunn. Now it's Becky Sauerbrunn. Dahlkemper, the direct ball, but well off the mark. It will be a France throw. Appreciate all of you tuning in this afternoon. Tuesday night friendly in France. There's Julie Ertz who takes it away. The U.S. searching for the dagger. Now it's Abby Dahlkemper. Sam Mewis hits the brakes back for Dahlkemper. The U.S. in control of the game. No reason to be in a hurry to get that third, but they certainly wouldn't mind if they got it. As we wind down in Le Havre. Ertz into the middle with Mewis. Press with a great ball out wide. She finds, or rather Lavelle out wide to Press, excuse me. But Press has it stolen by Kazada. It's won back, though, by Press. And surely a yellow here. It will be for Kazadi. Yellow card given. That's the second booking of the match. Did she tug the hair of Press here? Yeah. A tug of the hair there from Kazadi. That could be a red card offense. It really could be. That was quite malicious from Kazadi. There will be a free kick in a promising position for the United States. Are they on the precipice of a third goal? It will be Pressed to take this free kick. A set piece just a few yards outside the box. As Perrault sets up her wall, just one on that wall. Press curls it in towards the back post. And it's last touched by France. It'll be a corner kick on the far side. Horan looking to take it. It's played short. Horan returns it to Lavelle. Lavelle back out wide for Horan. Cross in. Morgan the header. It falls to Press as her strike is blocked by De Almeida. Another corner kick on the way for the U.S., this time from the near side. With about a quarter hour to play. Press to the near post. Ertz with the header that nicked the bar and went just over. Another great chance for the U.S. as they will make their second change of the night. Kristen Press off and Sophia Smith in. Sophia Smith playing in just her second year professionally after having a great college career at Stanford. Sophia Smith of the Portland Thorns in the NWSL. It looks like Alex Morgan will also come off. Alex Morgan was the scorer of the second goal tonight, as she will be replaced by Carly Lloyd. Lloyd making her 301st international appearance with the U.S. Kristine Lilly with the record at 354. Lloyd third on that all-time list. Just unbelievable how she's played that many games with the U.S. Quite remarkable, really. What a prolific career. 15 minutes to go. 2-0 U.S. Will be a throw-in for the French. Baltimore triple teamed. The U.S. win it back. Here's Crystal Dunn. A reminder that this summer, beginning June 11th, it'll be UEFA Euro 2020. I cannot wait for the Euros to get underway. Super pumped. It can't come any sooner. And I look forward to being on the call for plenty of games in that tournament this summer. Here's Lindsey Horan, defended by Tunkara. Horan, great ball to Morgan, or rather, not to Morgan, to Smith. Morgan just came out, and Smith has her effort go wide on the left-footed strike, a little bit off balance. France played short. It's turned over in a bad area. Horan to Lloyd. Lloyd looking to get it back to Horan. But in the end, the ball heads over to the far sideline where Parisset is. Well, that's turned over once more by the French in their own third of the pitch. Mewis to Lloyd. Nice sliding tackle to win it back by Ines Horena. 13 minutes to play now at Stade Océan on the coast of France. Here's Crystal Dunn. Both U.S. goals coming in the first half. What does the final few minutes have in store in France? Crystal Dunn back to Becky Sauerbrunn. Across the back for Dahlkemper. Now it's Kelly O'Hara. Rose Lavelle. Accelerating down the right side, but has it stolen by Parisset. Parisset ahead for Baltimore. Blasted out of play. It will be a French throw-in. There's a steal by Lloyd. Gets it back from Ertz. Here's Lloyd. Sandwiched in the end, but it's won cleanly by Parisset, according to the referee. And that will be a foul called against Sam Mewis. I don't know about that. That looked like all ball to me. Thought it was a fine challenge. A good challenge by Mewis on Kazadi. Free kick taken by Tunkara. About 10 minutes to play. Here is Sauerbrunn. Over to Dahlkemper. Now Lindsey Horan. Horan at about midfield. Had Khalifi on her back. Now it's all the way to Nair, who's had little involvement tonight. A rather easy night for a listen there at the office. Well, as I say that, maybe here's a chance. Khalifi the through ball. And Baltimore sends it in. It took an awkward deflection off of Dunn. Fortunately, did not turn into an own goal. It's Khalifi once more with it in the midfield. She's been an impact sub so far. 80 minutes played at Stade Ocean. On the far side of the pitch, it's Baltimore. Now played into Parise. The U.S. finally back in possession. O'Hara to Haran. Lavelle back to O'Hara. Into the middle with Mewis. Here's Sauerbrunn. Carly Lloyd with some pace. Finds Sophia Smith. Smith into the box. Onto her right foot. Smith strike. Deflects out of play. It will be a U.S. corner kick. The United States hungry for that third and clinching goal. And Dahlkemper will head over to take this corner kick. The U.S. with numbers upfield. Dahlkemper with the delivery. Mewis got the ball caught up underneath. And now looking to counter is Khalifi for France. Good job by Lavelle, though. Lavelle with a steal. Plays it around Almeida. And now Lavelle had her pass played just behind Julie Ertz. And France avoid the possibility of a U.S. counter-attacking goal, although Ertz's pressure does force Tunkara to play it out. It's thrown into Lavelle. 8 minutes to play in France. The U.S. looking to extend their lengthy unbeaten streak. They haven't lost a game since January of 2019, which was against France at this very stadium. Heavy first touch from Lloyd, and the challenge will be worthy of a yellow as she followed through on Parise. So that's the first U.S. booking of the match, as Lloyd has shown yellow. Not any protest against that from Lloyd. She knew that was a clumsy challenge. Nothing intentful, but a yellow nonetheless, as Parise limps up and walks off as she will look to continue. It'll be Perrault to take the goal kick. 83rd minute, 2-0 USA. The next matchup is TBD for the U.S. They will probably play at least a few more friendlies before this summer's Olympics. Oh, a risky back pass. But it was saved in the end by Sauerbrunn. Dahlkemper ahead to Mewis. There's some space to attack here. Mewis, the through ball. Lavelle on sides. Lavelle into Lloyd. Save made by Perrault. The ball pinballing around. Now it's controlled by Rose Lavelle. The U.S. not done on the attack here. Lavelle clips it in. The header misfired by Lloyd, and she was offsides anyways. A good job by Lavelle down that right side. Creating an opportunity, the U.S. just unable to take full advantage. Here's Crystal Dunn, just over 5 minutes to play. Sophia Smith back to Dunn, now Horan. Once more to Dunn. Here's Julie Ertz. Ertz looking wide. Could not find Smith. Stepping in is Ertz to win it back for the United States. Carly Lloyd now. Horan surveying her options. Square ball for Mewis. Here's Sauerbrunn again. The U.S. maintaining possession. A 2-goal lead in the late stages. Here's Horan in the middle. Now Sauerbrunn. Ertz couldn't thread it through to Sophia Smith. Here's Le Sommer with Dunn on her back. Blasted forward by Sauerbrunn. And there's a American football tackle from Kazadi, who could easily have been sent off as she tugged the hair of Kristen Press earlier. Only was given a yellow for that. Quick free kick taken, the header by Mewis right to the keeper. Mewis immediately knew that she did not head it cleanly. Not what she was looking for. As we enter the 87th minute. Lloyd to Mewis. Smith went down. No foul called. Mewis with a clean challenge. Out for France throw-in. The referee was looking to play advantage, but now we'll bring it back. Free kick awarded to the French, who have been shut out up to this point. Can they grab a late one? Trailing by 2. Kazadi. Can't keep it in. Throw in for the United States. Time running out at Stade Océan. It is done with the throw-in. Flicked on by Carly Lloyd. Lloyd lost her footing. Here is Le Sommer. That pass goes right to the feet of Kelly O'Hara. 88th minute now. Lloyd can't get around Delmeda, but it is now Ertz. And Horan went down. No foul called. Horan still down on the pitch. France continuing on the attack. Here's Le Sommer's cross. Header won by Sauerbrunn. Now controlled by Khalifi. She lays it wide, but Le Sommer was coming from an offside position. Therefore, didn't play the ball. The flag raised nonetheless. Well, overall, the U.S. Will take this, getting a victory against a very tough France side, that's for sure. And even though, it wasn't spectacular by any means, they found a way to get the job done. Unless anything spectacular happens in these final minutes. Over on the left wing, Horan with a nice controlled touch. She finds Sophia Smith. Smith into the box. Smith still going. Now finds Rose Lavelle. The U.S. have one late. Ertz back with it. Now going wide. Here's Horan as we are seconds away from stoppage time. Horan, great cross. Lavelle with the half effort of a bicycle kick. It lands out wide on the far side with Lloyd. Now back to Lavelle, accelerating to the byline. Deflected cross, cleared away, only as far as the edge of the area. And now France come away with possession. Le Sommer, though, turns it over to Ertz. We've reached the 90-minute mark. Stoppage time is upon us. We'll see how much is added on to the 90. Here's Lavelle. Yeah, there was never really urgency from France, which I found to be surprising. They never really turned it up a gear, which we know they're capable of doing. But they never really responded to those two early goals from the U.S. Here's Carly Lloyd, stays upright, looking to cut it to Smith, but that was deflected into the hands of Perrault. 91st minute now. The punt is a bit of a shallow one. Mewis to Ertz. Dahlkemper holding it. I still haven't got word as to how much stoppage time there is. I assume probably 2 minutes, maybe 3. We're closing in on the second minute of second half stoppage time. In the middle, it's Sophia Smith. Smith back to Sauerbrunn. Crystal Dunn now. Great ball. Played into Lloyd. Recovery was a good one from Delmeda, who sends it out for a U.S. throw. Quickly taken by Horan. The U.S. want a third. Horan sends it off of Kazadi. Off of Kazadi, that is. Now Smith, edge of the box. Loses it. 2.5 minutes now into stoppage time. Oh, that's a steal at the edge of the box by Horan. She finds Lloyd. Carly Lloyd back for Mewis. Mewis, who shakes off the defender and finds Ertz. Ertz has some space here. Goes out wide for Dunn. Dunn to the end line. Great delivery. Headed away, but only as far as Mewis. And that is it. The final whistle and the final score is France 2, the United States 0. And when it comes to the U.S. longest unbeaten runs all time, well, the record is 51, which came from 2004 to 2007. This win tonight makes it 39 games unbeaten in a row for the U.S. So they are 12 off the record. Still a little ways to go. However, what an impressive unbeaten streak that is from the United States. Another victory for the red, white, and blue. The U.S. women's national team, 2-0 victors over France. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast, as that will do it. I'm Samuel Reese, signing off saying so long. Megan Rapinoe and Alex Morgan, the goal scorers for the U.S. They win it 2-0 in France. See you next time, everybody.